Are you enjoying your own focus? Are you enjoying how life comes to you? Sometimes you say at you. Life comes to you in response to your vibrational point of attraction, and from that, new determinations are made by you, yes? Are you enjoying how your focused desire keeps happening to you? Do you feel like you are getting pretty good at focusing in the direction of your desire? That's really good. That really is the key to deliberate creation. It's the key to living a happy life, is to be focused in the direction of your desire. We're going to put that into a new term here. At least it's a phrase we haven't offered to you before. And it's the power of non-resisted desire. Oh, the power of non-resisted desire. Someday you'll get some of that. Teasing you a little bit, but mostly you don't have non-resisted or unresisted desire. You have desires that you resist with beliefs. In other words, I want more money, but where I stand right now financially is so in my face. So I have a desire for more money in an experience of not enough. So would you call that non-resisted desire or resisted desire? I have a desire for an improved relationship with this one or that one, but I have this reality of what the relationship currently is. So does that seem like an unresisted desire? Or is it a desire that is sort of muted by reality? So you must be wondering, well, then I guess we're doomed, because reality is sort of obvious. In other words, the phone rings, people drop by. I've got a computer and a smartphone. So it is not a simple thing for you to have non-resisted desire, because reality keeps messing with it. Now, it doesn't need to mess with it. You could get so focused. You could decide in such a powerful way that you're going to be a selective sifter and only focus upon the reality of your life that doesn't resist your desires. But that would require sleeping a lot, tremendous amounts of meditation, and lobotomies, because life is what it is, and that's a good thing. We are not wanting to make you think that you've got to get so disciplined in your thought that you just stop looking at reality altogether, although we would far rather that you create reality rather than face it. But facing reality is part of creating new reality, because there is a bouncing off place, and that's where you stand. And your current beliefs, you didn't make them up. Life taught them to you. You learned them because you gave attention to things, and the law of attraction matched you up with things that were like them. And so it would feel ridiculous to you to just deny your reality and say that something that is isn't, or something that isn't is, because you are practical in nature, and that serves you sometimes and doesn't serve you sometimes. But what we really are asking you to consider is not giving up your now reality altogether, not even, or not ignoring it or denying it, but just get out ahead of it with your thoughts. Sometimes do, meaning do some segment intending. I've just got into my automobile and I'm on my way somewhere, and in this segment I want to have a comfortable drive, and I want to meet up with other compatible drivers, and I want to feel happy in my body and in my vehicle, and I want to be rested and ready when I arrive where I'm going. That kind of thing. Getting out ahead of it. Because when you're getting out ahead of it, when you're looking forward, you're less likely to be contradicting your own desires. Now, it doesn't mean that just because you're looking toward the future that you're not contradicting desires, because you sort of do that. If you listen to a meal around a table with a few people, and you listen with new ears following this time we are together, you may find yourself a little startled at how much looking back at things to complain about goes on almost everywhere you go. And almost no one knows that is the defeating element. That is the opposite of discovering the awesome power of non-resisted focus. We've been saying to you for a while, you've been listening to us for a while, we've been saying to you for a while that one who is connected to source energy, we've said it in a few different ways, one who's connected to the stream, one who is in the vortex, one who's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, one who's under the influence of source, all of those things meaning the same thing. One who is connected to source energy is more powerful than millions who are not. That is a non-resisted thought. And we want you to discover for yourself the power of non-resisted thought, because we love you so much, you just hardly ever do it. You are so objective with your thoughts. You are so weighing the pros and the cons and the pluses and the minuses. You are so not wanting to hurt someone's feelings who's standing in a belching of complaint. And you don't want to make waves. And it feels weird to you if you've trained your thoughts into optimism when you are talking or living with a pessimist. We know how that is. And we're not asking you to divorce your pessimist. We're really not. We're asking you to discover the power of focus and influence your pessimistic others into alignment with their own source energy. What we really want for you is that you discover your own power. And until you do, then you're sort of sloppy in your creating. You're creating by default. And then you make up stuff about how it works, because you innately know that things should be going well for you. And when they're not, then you come to flawed conclusions like it's not fair when it always is, or like you're not blessed when you always are, or like you're not good when you absolutely are, or like you're not deserving when you certainly are, or like somebody else is taking advantage when that cannot be. It's attraction, 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 attraction. It's attraction. It is attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's only attraction. There is no assertion. Therefore, our yelling does not help. It's attraction. It's only attraction. It's only attraction. And you've got to figure out what your point of attraction is. But here's the thing. You are more than this physical body. You are this physical body, and this physical body matters. And you, in this personality that you know as you, is an extension of source energy. And that source energy of which you are an extension is alive and current in your experience, and also has a point of attraction. We call that your inner being. You can call it whatever you want to, but you are an extension of it, and that which you are an extension of is pure positive energy. That which you are an extension of is undiluted, non-resistant focus. So when you in your physicalness are living a moment in time, and you clearly know what you don't want because it felt awful when you lived it, in that moment, you launch an equivalent rocket of desire. That experience, which was unpleasant to you, was a clarifying moment. And in its clarification, you launched a rocket of desire, which this non-physical, undiluted, non-resistant, pure positive energy, powerful part of you received and focused upon. And that's been going on for so long, for more than you have the ability to understand in terms of time. For more than you have the ability to understand in terms of your beingness. That non-resistant part of you is powerful because of the amount of life that has been lived, and what's been sorted and sifted, and what's been decided, and who you really are. And when you hook up with that part of you, you have the same power. The energy that creates worlds flows through your focus. But if you don't utilize it, if you contradict it, if in the moment something happens, when you meet a new friend and you think, I really like you, and you feel that good feeling of love or caring or appreciation, maybe some goosebumps, maybe you want to lick their face, you just feel this attraction to them. That's a moment of empowerment, because you're feeling what your inner being is feeling. In fact, you're letting yourself feel what your inner being is feeling. But then, as you look them over, Esther had lunch with her accountant the other day. They were in a lovely restaurant, and he went to the restroom, and when he came back, he said, oh, there's a couple on their first date sitting over by the bathroom door. And he said, they seem to be hitting it off. And Esther said, I hope they don't tell each other about each other. Because she's heard us say, you get together, you're all bright and shiny, you're all tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you're in your power, you're glowing bright, you're giving the best of yourself to the other, you're seeing the best in the other, and then you say that human thing, tell me about yourself. And so about half an hour later, Esther went to the bathroom, and it was not a pretty sight. Oh, they were getting along. Neither one of them had their inner being along for the ride at that point. She was explaining about her last relationship, and he was looking on with concern. And so if you find a thought and it feels good to you, identify it, isolate it, and try to maintain the vibrational equivalency on it as long as you can. So we say a lot of things, don't we? So when you start with the premise that when you are connected to who you really are, you are powerful. So let's just use that as the basis from which we move forward. And now we want to say to you that what you give your attention to is what you're attracting into your experience. And now we want to say something to you, and you will remember it all of this day, that the difference, the only difference worth talking about between the non-physical you that we described as your inner being, who is aware of you at all times and with you in every moment, and you, the only difference between the two of you that we really want you to remember forever is that your inner being does not look back. Your inner being just keeps being the forward-most version of you, not looking back in any justification, in any comparison, in any defense, just bees this wonderful culmination of life, looking forward to. Now, here's where you come in. You're in your body and you're exposed to contrast. That's a good thing. Doesn't feel so good sometimes to you, but it is a good thing. So as you're exposed to this contrast, knowing what you don't want, and therefore knowing what you do want, whether you can speak it or not, and launching these rockets of desire, you are creating a vibrational reality. And the reason we call it a vibrational reality is because it takes a little bit of time for those thoughts to turn to things. It's a vibrational reality that is perfection by your choices, because you put all of the ingredients, all of the elements of it forward, and they've been collected by the law of attraction. They are in what we are calling a vibrational reality. This is a vibrational reality that is so real that we named it the Vortex, wrote 2 books about it. We want you to accept the realness of this, and we want you to know that your inner being is there with all of that. So picture it this way. All of the ingredients that you have been finding through life, all the, yes, I prefer that, and wouldn't that be wonderful, and I really like that, and I will look forward to that, and I know what I don't want, I know what I do want. All of that sifting and sorting that you have done for far beyond what you recall from this physical life experience is in this vibrational reality, and your inner being is all over it, knowing every bit of it. And what that means is, now this is new, we have not said this to you before, but this is your new empowering information. This will take you into the stratosphere in terms of what other people are watching around you. This will put you into a category of creating that is so sublime that others will wonder what your magic is. And it's not magic, it's just a productive application of the law of attraction. It's utilizing the power that is within you to focus it in the direction of the things that you care about. Things for yourself personally, things for others whom you care about, even things that are on a global scale or a universal scale. You have power that you have not been utilizing, and we think that it's a good time to begin utilizing it. So, here is this vibrational reality that you have gathered. And you've gathered it incrementally, and let's call it full of ingredients. All right, let's have fun with this. So, when you are out ahead of it, meaning you're in that place of non-resisted thought, maybe you're swimming, maybe you're making love, maybe you're meditating, maybe you're basking in the deliciousness of something, and as you are in that state of non-resistance, these ingredients present themselves to you in the form of an idea or an impulse.